Hello and welcome to this custom action figure review of the Constructicons. Now, for those of you who have watched the latest LEGO Hero Factory issue on my channel, will know that the Constructicons have returned and they're going to be part of something big. So I just thought I'd review them. So first of all, we have our front man, the leader, Scrapper. This colour scheme is G1 inspired. And he's made from a mix of, from Furno, Brain Attack Furno. His back is made from Toa and some original Bionicle parts, which you can see there. He is heavily inspired by the G1 version. You know, in the end, we're all, because most Transformers fans are G1ers, hardcore. And then next we have this guy. Now this one is actually called Landmine. Now Landmine has been in other continuities, like the Unicron trilogy, most notably, and was the combined form of the build team in 2001 Red, Robots in Disguise. And I've decided to give him a drill. Now this was made from bulk, from Brain Attack. I've still got the revolving drill with the missile thing. There are not many improvements on two of these Constructicons. And it's the colour scheme is also a nice callback to Cybertron. And then next we have Scavenger. Now this is basically Nex from Breakout with Breeze 2.0's head. So no major improvements here. The only difference I would say is that I've removed his plating on his legs, which will become quite relevant when they do something they're iconic for. Then here we have Buzzsaw. Now Buzzsaw isn't really a Decepticon, he was a Minicon. Again, colour scheme is G1 inspired. And he's got a little saw thingy here, which was originally Breeze's shield from the Brain Attack range. And then finally we have Mixmaster, one of the original Constructicons. Now this incarnation is inspired heavily by the movie and Dark of the Moon game version. Not just because he's one of the hardest bosses in the game. I had a really fun time as Ironhide with a big machine gun thingy blowing him away. And he can use his thing as a shield or assault type thing. And now we're going to transform them. So these guys are very hard to transform. I'm going to try as hard as I can to show you guys. This is just the usual generic way you transform Bionicles, Hero Factories, or anything else in that range. And the red things on their backs, you guessed it, are for Devastator. I can't even remember how you transform the thing. God. Yeah, and with my transformers, I tend to forget how to transform them because they're so new and they don't have any, you know, they're not like the toy line that Hasbro have brought out. So that's Scrapper's vehicular form, which is a sort of Cybertronian, do you know what, I forgot what they're called. Then we have Buzzsaw and Mixmaster don't really have vehicle modes, they just transform into things are so hard to transform. And do you know what? I'm not going to transform them. Allow it. Water doesn't help, is that it's extremely hot because I'm really close to my radiator. And for those who have seen the comic, please say what you thought of it below, because I really want to hear your feedback, good and bad. And I made a few mistakes on a few pages. And for that I very much apologise for. And this is in their vehicular mode. I'm going to scan really quickly. And if in a minute I'll transform them again and I'll show you, wow, the reason they're called the Constructicons and what makes them so iconic. And now it's time for me to show you how to turn them all and to combine them into Devastator. Yes, Devastator will feature in the thing, so basically you for Scavenger and Mixmaster, you turn their leg joints upside down near to their heads, and you put Scavengers, you put their arms like that, and then that little joint there is going to be used to boost the legs. basically leg support, because some Lego creations similar to this one can go airy. For Scrapper, you don't need to do anything. So here we have, you have to be very careful. You've got to point the head into that position when you do it. Next up we have Scrapper. Now you actually remove his feet and his arms. And this is when the leg joints will come in force. Actually, there we go, sorry. So what I've also done is I've put his chest pieces near to the head. Sorry about that, folks. Now this is not identical to the other one, but it's all I could find. I honestly can't remember how to make Devastator, even though I've done it for years, but I've made improvements. So then over to Buzzsaw and Landmine. So for this one, so for this you do the opposite, like you did with the other Constructicons. And then make a shape like this. Doesn't matter which arm this is, I prefer it to be the right. Or is it left? And then the other arm, you simply, for Landmine, you actually put the drill on his back. And like so. You do it like that. And then that is his other arm. It's very difficult to pose Devastator. Now, for the arms and the legs, for the feet parts from Scrapper, I would put them on the back here. Yeah, is that right? I hope so. I sincerely hope so. And this is absolutely again, with big toys like this, you have to combine them. Learn how to I don't know what you do with the forearms. It's the best I could do. Sorry. Closer look at Devastator. Sorry about that, guys. So, it's not a good combiner. It's absolutely awful. Sorry, abysmal. Looking from different angles. If we get a 360 of him, we get a really close look. So this Devastator is a lot different to the ones that everyone knew. He's not like his Bayverse counterpart. And if I'm honest, I've been making improvements to Scrapper. So originally, Scrapper was just Furno Brain Attack without the cape, but then I've made some. Then I made some improvements to make him look like he actually is Scrapper from one continuity. That ends this review. I hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry I took so long. Sorry it's so abysmal. I promise it won't be anything like this in the comic. And yeah. So thank you all for watching. See you later. Bye.